Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm Lucy Luxburn and today I just wanted to share some hairstyles that I've been using to try and tame my fringe while I'm growing it out. Now I've been growing out my fringe for about 3 months, so it's getting long, but it's still at that stage where you can't just put it back fully into a ponytail and you just require bobby pins for everything. So they're getting there though. Now let's waste no more time and go straight into the first hairstyle. So I quickly discovered doing this in a tiny mirror that's partly obscured by a camera is very hard. But we soldier on and section off the hair, making sure to include the fringe and part of the longer hair that's growing directly behind it. Then we divide in half, making sure part of the fringe is in each section, and start twisting. If you don't like how it's sitting at the front, try changing the direction of the twist. So if you start the left side by going under the other strand, try changing and going over, or vice versa. And yes, this does look like a pine tree, but don't worry, we'll fix it later. Now to take a clip and secure it to the back of your head so the whole thing doesn't unravel. Now to repeat the twist on the other side. This time when you reach the end, you get a small hair tie so you can tie the two twists together at the back, making sure you don't drop them when you remove the hair clip from before. To tidy up the look, use bobby pins to tame any part that's sticking up, making sure to lay the pins horizontally so you can hide them underneath the twists. I also like to add these little flower pins because they're very cute. Also, if you include some of the hair at the back when you pin it, it can stop the twist from flipping over onto your face whenever you lean forward. The second style is basically an updo version of the first style. So we section off the front of the hair just like in the first style, but then we tie the rest into a ponytail. Now to twist the first section and pin it back out of the way. Now we repeat the twist on the other side, and when we get to the end, we remove the hair clip, untie the ponytail, and retie it with the twists included. And then tidy up any stuck up strands of hair with some bobby pins. Not necessary, but I also love to add a hair scrunchie at the end. Alright, so we're now on to the third hairstyle, and for this we start off with a middle parting and then we do a simple plait on either side. And yes, I am well aware that I missed a section in my second plait, but I fix it later, I promise. Next we use bobby pins to pin the fringe straight back. Next we place the plaits over the top of the head and pin it in place to create a milkmaid braid style. Now I'll be the first to admit that I am not the most confident when it comes to milkmaid braids, but we're about to hide them, so it doesn't really matter. And this is where my saviour comes in, my trusty headscarf. Now this tie is fairly simple, so we loop it around the head, making sure the scarf is centered, tying a knot at the top of the head, and then tying a second knot to form a double knot. We then bring the ends of the scarf down to tuck it in the sides and the back of the scarf, making sure to smooth it out as it goes rather than just bunching it all in there. Now this fourth hairstyle is a bit of an experiment. I'm not quite sure how it will end up, but we'll see what we can do. So we're starting off with another middle parting, but this time we're tying the ponytails so they're out of the way. This time I'm busting out one of my thinner scarves so there's less bulk to the hairstyle. So now we put the scarf on the back of the head, making sure it's centered, and pinning it in place. I chose to put the bobby pins in an X shape just to try and keep it quite secure. We're plaiting each side again, but this time using the scarf as the third strand. Hopefully you do a better job at tying off the ends than I do, because apparently this is really fiddly. Time to deploy more bobby pins, because we're pinning that fringe back again. I took the ends of the scarf and tied it in a double knot on the top of my head. If there was less fabric, I could have done a cute bow at the top, but it's just too much bulk for that to happen here. Instead, I decided to take the excess, loop it round and tie it round the back of my head, and then tuck in the excess into the sides of the scarf. And then I attempted to make it at least somewhat presentable by adding all of the bobby pins. Just all of them. I think I'm gonna try this hairstyle again once my fringe grows out. I think I can make it work. One day. And the true no fuss hairstyle when you just want your hair out of your face. Ta-da! And that's it for this video. Hopefully you found it useful or at least slightly entertaining. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Remember to take care of others and yourself. And see you next time. Out of your face. Oh shit.